Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sarah. Single mom, 29 years old, one crazy little girl named Lily who is 5 going on 15. Grab your coffee or tea because today I'm telling you the story that changed my whole life. And it all started on the worst day ever. It was a Friday. I remember because Lily had school and I had exactly 1 hour to get ready for my first blind date in 6 whole years. Yes, 6 years. After Lily's dad left when she was only 6 months old, I said, no more men, only me and my baby. But my best friend Mia kept pushing. Sarah, you're young, you're pretty, just one coffee please. So finally I said yes. The guy's name was Alex. Mia said he's tall, kind, good job, loves kids, perfect on paper. We were meeting at Little Bean Cafe at 4 p.m. I even bought a new blue dress that made me feel, I don't know, like a woman again, not just a mom in yoga pants covered in cereal. Everything was ready. I dropped Lily at the babysitter's house. And then my phone rang. Sarah, I'm so sorry. My son is burning with fever. I can't watch Lily today. My heart dropped. It was already 3:15 p.m.
No babysitter.
No family in this city. I stood in my car and almost started crying. Called Mia. Date canceled.
No sitter.
She screamed. No way. You are going. Just take Lily with you. Kids are cute, he will love it. I laughed like a crazy person. Take my 5-year-old to a blind date? No chance. But then I went home to change back into mom clothes. And Lily saw me. She was sitting on the couch with her little pink backpack. Mommy, why are you sad? I'm not sad, baby, the date is canceled. Her eyes got big. But I want to meet the new uncle. I already drew him a picture. She pulled out a paper. Stick figure with big muscles and the words "Welcome Uncle" in purple crayon. My heart melted. How do you say no to that face? Then she started jumping. Please, mommy, please. I will be super quiet. I will sit in the corner and color. I promise. I looked at the clock, 3:38 p.m. I looked at Lily's excited face. I looked at my blue dress still hanging on the door. I lost the battle. Fine. But you have to hold my hand and behave, okay? She screamed so loud the neighbors probably heard. Yes. Let's go meet Prince Charming. We reached Little Bean Cafe at exactly 4:05 p.m. I was shaking. My palms were wet. Lily was pulling me like a little bulldozer. Hurry up, Mom. Hurry up. We are late. Lily, slow down. No, Mommy, love can't wait. Love can't wait. My 5-year-old said that. I almost laughed in the middle of the street. We pushed open the cafe door. The smell of coffee and vanilla hit me. Soft music was playing. There were fairy lights everywhere. Super romantic. I scanned the room looking for a man sitting alone. My heart was beating like a drum. And then, Lily let go of my hand and ran. Lily, come back. She stopped in the middle of the cafe. Her little mouth fell open. Her eyes became huge like 2 blue plates. She turned to me slowly, very slowly, and whispered loud enough for the whole cafe to hear. Mommy, that man, he looks exactly like Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid, but in real life, and he has a little boy. I followed her finger. There was a man standing near the corner table. Tall. Really tall. Dark hair, perfect jaw, wearing a navy suit that probably cost more than my car. His sleeves were rolled up a little, strong arms, and yes, he looked like he walked out of a fairy tale. Next to him, hiding behind his legs, was a little boy about 6 years old, holding a toy dinosaur. The man looked at Lily, then looked at me, and smiled the most beautiful smile I have ever seen in my life. Forgot how to breathe, because I knew that face. Not personally, but everyone in this city knows that face. Alexander King, CEO of King Towers, billionaire, the most eligible bachelor in the whole country. And he was walking toward us. Hi, you must be Sarah, he said in the deepest, warmest voice. I'm Alex. My brain stopped working. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. But Lily, my brave little Lily, stepped forward, gave him her purple drawing and said, Hi, Uncle Alex.
I'm Lily.
This is for you. My mommy is single. Are you single too? The whole cafe went quiet. Alexander looked at the drawing, looked at me, and started laughing. Not a small laugh. A real happy laugh that made his eyes shine. Yes, Lily, he said, bending down to her level. I'm single too. Then the little boy behind him came out. Shy, same dark hair as his dad. I'm Noah, he whispered. Lily grabbed Noah's hand like they were best friends since kindergarten. Noah, do you like chocolate milkshakes? Come, let's order. And just like that, my 5-year-old kidnapped the billionaire's son and marched to the counter. Alexander stood up and looked at me again. I'm really sorry, I finally managed to say. My sitter canceled. I didn't know how to. He smiled bigger. Best surprise ever. I was nervous coming alone. But Noah insisted he wanted to come meet Miss Sarah and her princess. Wait, what? Before I could ask, Lily came running back dragging poor Noah. Mommy, Uncle Alex said we can all sit together. He already ordered 4 chocolate milkshakes and extra whipped cream. I looked at Alexander. He shrugged like a little boy caught stealing cookies. I hope that's okay, he asked. My legs felt like jelly. I nodded. We walked to the big corner table. The kids sat on one side, already talking nonstop about dinosaurs and princesses. Alexander pulled out my chair like in the old movies. I sat down. He sat across from me. Our knees almost touched under the table. For the next 20 minutes we tried to talk like normal people, but the kids were louder than us. Then Lily did it again. She stood up on her chair, put both hands on the table like she was making a royal announcement and said, "Listen everybody. My mommy needs a new daddy and Noah needs a new mommy. Uncle Alex, you are very handsome and very tall, and you have a big car. So you can be our new daddy. Okay. Okay." I wanted to disappear. My face was hotter than fire. Alexander didn't even blink. He looked straight at me, serious now. He leaned forward a little and said softly so only I could hear, "Lily might be the smartest person in this room. Because I was thinking the exact same thing the moment you walked in." My heart stopped. Again. Then he smiled at the kids. "Let's start with milkshakes first. Then we will talk about the daddy part. Okay?" Lily and Noah cheered so loud the waitress dropped a spoon. That was the moment, guys. The exact moment when my 5-year-old became the best matchmaker in the world. But what happened next? Oh, you have no idea. So there we were, me, Lily, billionaire Alexander King, and his shy little son Noah, sitting at the big corner table in Little Bean Cafe. 4 chocolate milkshakes with mountains of whipped cream. The kids were already acting like they knew each other for 10 years. I still couldn't believe it. My blind date was Alexander King. The Alexander King. The man on the cover of business magazines. The man who owns half the skyscrapers in this city. And I'm just Sarah. The girl who draws logos on her laptop while Lily watches cartoons next to me. I kept staring at him like an idiot. He noticed. "You okay, Sarah?" he asked with that deep voice that made my stomach flip. I just didn't know it was you," I whispered. "My friend Mia only said Alex. She never told me your full name." He laughed softly. "That was Mia's plan. She said if you knew who I really was, you would cancel. She told me you hate rich guys who show off." I felt my face go red. It's true. After Lily's dad left us for a richer woman, I swore I would never date a man with money again. Alexander looked at me with soft eyes. "I'm not like that, Sarah. Promise. I'm just a dad who wants his son to have a happy family again." Noah looked up when he heard his name. He was so cute, same dark hair as his dad, big green eyes. "Daddy, can Lily come to our house to play with my dinosaur collection?" Noah asked in a tiny voice. Before I could answer, Lily screamed, "Yes. Mommy, can we? Please, please, please." Alexander smiled at me. "Say yes, Mommy," he said, copying Lily's voice. Everyone laughed. That laugh, guys, it was dangerous. My heart was doing cartwheels. Then the waitress came with the bill. Alexander took out a black credit card. I saw the name on it. Alexander King. The waitress almost dropped the machine. She kept staring at him like he was a movie star. When she left, I felt small again. I looked at my old phone with the cracked screen. I looked at Lily's shoes that were getting tight. I looked at Alexander's watch that probably costs more than my rent for a year. I started thinking, "Sarah, run. This man is from another planet. You don't belong here." But Lily, my little boss Lily, she climbed onto Alexander's lap like she owned him. "Uncle Alex, do you have a big house?" she asked. "Yes, princess. Very big. With a swimming pool?" "Yes. And a dog." He laughed. "Not yet, but we can fix that." Lily turned to me with the biggest smile. Mommy, he has a swimming pool. We have to marry him. I almost died right there. Lily. Alexander just laughed harder and hugged her. I like your daughter, Sarah. She says what she thinks. Then Noah did something that broke my heart in the best way. He climbed onto my lap, put his little arms around my neck and whispered, Miss Sarah, will you be my new mommy? My old mommy lives far away and never visits. Silence. Total silence. I looked at Alexander. His eyes were wet. He quickly looked away and pretended to clean Noah's face with a napkin. I felt tears in my eyes too. I hugged Noah tight. Sweetie, let's be friends first, okay? Good friends take time. Noah nodded and smiled. That moment, that tiny moment, something changed inside me. These two boys needed love just like me and Lily. Alexander paid the bill and stood up. It's getting late. Let me drop you home. No, we can take the bus. I said fast. I didn't want him to see my tiny apartment. He gave me a look. Sarah, it's dark and you have Lily. My car is right outside. I lost again. We walked out. There was a shiny black SUV waiting. A driver in a suit opened the door. Lily screamed, Wow, Mommy, it's a princess-er. Noah held Lily's hand and helped her climb in like a little gentleman. Alexander helped me. His hand touched mine for 2 seconds. Electricity went through my whole body. In the car, the kids sat in the back talking nonstop. Alexander sat next to me in the middle seat. Our arms were touching. I couldn't move away. He spoke very softly so only I could hear. Sarah, I know this is crazy. I know you think I'm too different. But when Mia showed me your picture, just one picture of you and Lily laughing at the park, I knew I had to meet you. Not because you're beautiful, you are, but because you looked real. Happy, strong, everything I want for Noah. I couldn't speak. My throat had a big lump. Then he said the words that made me cry in the car. Quietly so the kids wouldn't see. I lost my wife 3 years ago. Cancer. Noah was only 3. Since then it's only been me and him. I have money, big house, everything, but my son cries at night asking for a mommy hug. When I saw your picture, I thought maybe God sent me a second chance. I turned my face to the window so he wouldn't see my tears. We reached my small building. It looked extra old and ugly next to his big car. Alexander got out and carried sleeping Lily in his arms like she was his own daughter. Noah held my hand walking up the stairs. When he put Lily on her little bed, he kissed her forehead and whispered, Good night, princess. I stood at the door watching this billionaire tuck my baby in. My heart was exploding. He came out, closed Lily's door softly and looked at me. I know you need time, he said. I'm not going anywhere. Here's my number. He put a simple white card in my hand. Text me when you're ready, even if it's just to say hi. Then he did something I will never forget. He took my hand, turned it over, and kissed the inside of my wrist very gently. Like in those old romantic movies. Good night, Sarah, he whispered. Thank you for the best evening in 3 years. He left. I closed the door, slid down to the floor and cried like a baby. Happy tears. Scared tears. Confused tears. All of them. That night Lily woke up once and asked in her sleepy voice, Mommy, did Uncle Alex say yes to being our new daddy? I kissed her head. We will see, baby. Go to sleep. But guys. The next morning my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Good morning, beautiful. Noah won't stop talking about Lily. Can we take you both to the zoo today? Alexander and Noah. And that was only the beginning. So after that first coffee date, Alexander started texting me every single morning and every single night. Simple things. Good morning, beautiful. Have a great day. Noah drew Lily a dinosaur. Sending picture. Thinking of you. My phone became my new best friend. I would smile like an idiot every time it buzzed. Then came Saturday. He took us to the zoo like he promised. Lily wore her pink princess dress. Noah wore a tiny suit. Yes, a suit to the zoo. This boy is too cute. Alexander carried Lily on his shoulders the whole day. Noah held my hand everywhere. People kept staring at us like we were already a family. At the lion cage, Lily looked at Alexander very seriously and said, Uncle Alex, lions have mommies and daddies that stay together forever. Will you stay with us forever? Alexander didn't even blink. He got down on one knee in front of everyone and said, "If your mommy says yes one day, I will never leave. Promise." The whole crowd went, "Ah." I wanted to hide inside the monkey cage. That night he dropped us home again. Same thing. Carried sleeping Lily to bed. Kissed her forehead, kissed my wrist, said goodnight. I was falling hard, guys. Really hard. Then Monday happened. The day everything went wild. I was at work designing a logo when my phone rang. It was Lily's kindergarten teacher, Miss Johnson. "Sarah, can you come to school right now? Lily and Noah have something to tell you and Mr. King." Wait, Noah? Noah doesn't even go to Lily's school. I panicked. I called Alexander. He picked up on the first ring. "Sarah, I just got the same call. I'm already on my way. Meet you there." 20 minutes later I ran into the school. Alexander was already standing in the hallway wearing his perfect suit, looking worried. The driver was waiting outside. We walked into the classroom together. All the little kids were sitting quietly, which never happens. Lily and Noah were standing in front of the class like they were the teachers. There was a big cardboard sign on the wall made with crayons. Operation Mommy plus Daddy equals Happy Family. Under it, drawings of me, Lily, Alexander, Noah, a big house, a dog, and a swimming pool. Miss Johnson tried not to laugh. These two asked for 5 minutes to make an announcement. Lily grabbed a toy microphone, actually a paper roll, and started talking like she was on TV. "Hello everybody. My name is Princess Lily, and this is Prince Noah. We have a big problem." Noah continued, reading from a paper. "Our mommy and daddy are lonely. They need to get married fast so we can be brother and sister." The whole class started clapping. Then Lily pointed at me and Alexander. "Mommy, Uncle Alex, we made a plan." Alexander and I looked at each other. Our mouths were open. "Then ask Mommy to marry him with a big ring," Lily finished with. "We already finished step 1. You had coffee, zoo, and ice cream. That's 3 dates. Only 7 more to go." The parents who were picking up kids started filming on their phones. One mom whispered, "Is that Alexander King? Oh my God. I wanted the floor to eat me." Alexander was trying so hard not to laugh. Miss Johnson finally said, "Okay, sweeties, time to sit down." But Noah wasn't finished. He ran to Alexander, pulled his big hand, and dragged him to the front. "Daddy, you have to promise in front of everyone." Alexander looked at me. His eyes were shining. Then he did the most unexpected thing. He got down on one knee again, right there in the kindergarten classroom, in front of 20 tiny kids and their teacher. "Lily, Noah, and Miss Sarah," he said loud and clear. "I promise I will follow every step of your plan, especially the last one." The kids screamed and cheered like it was a concert. Lily ran and jumped into his arms. Noah jumped into mine. Then they switched. All 4 of us were hugging in the middle of the classroom while parents filmed everything. That video went viral that same day. Headlines everywhere. Billionaire CEO promises marriage to single mom in kindergarten class. Cutest proposal ever. Planned by 5 and 6-year-olds. My phone exploded. Mia called laughing so hard she couldn't breathe. "Sarah, you're famous." That night Alexander came to our apartment. Not with the driver, he drove himself. He brought pizza and ice cream. We put the kids to bed early because they were super excited. Then he sat on my old couch and pulled me next to him. "Sarah," he said very seriously, "the kids are right. I don't want to wait 10 dates. I don't want to wait one more day." My heart started racing. He took out a small velvet box from his pocket. My hand started shaking, but then he closed it again and put it back. "Not yet," he smiled. "I promised the kids I will follow their plan. We still have 7 more dates to go." I hit his arm. "Alexander, you scared me." He laughed and pulled me into the biggest hug. "But Sarah, I need to ask you something real right now." I looked up. "Will you let me be part of your life? Not as the rich guy, not as the CEO, just as Alex, the man who is crazy in love with you and your daughter." I couldn't hold it anymore. Tears fell down my face. "Yes," I whispered. "Yes, Alex." He kissed me for the first time that night. Soft, slow, perfect. Right there on my old couch while the kids were sleeping in the next room. And guys, that was only Monday. Wait till you hear what he did on our next official date. I'm still not over it. After the kindergarten wedding plan went viral, Alexander became even sweeter. Every single morning a big bouquet of flowers arrived at my tiny apartment. Not fancy roses, always simple sunflowers because Lily once told him, "Mommy says sunflowers smile like her." The delivery guy knew my name now. The neighbors started whispering, "That single mom is dating the Alexander King?" Then the real date started. Date number 4 was a picnic in the park. He came himself in a normal t-shirt and jeans, no driver, no suit. He brought a huge basket, homemade sandwiches, and a kite for the kids. We spent the whole afternoon running and laughing. Lily and Noah flew the kite so high it almost disappeared. Alex held me from behind while we watched them, his chin on my shoulder, whispering, "This is the happiest I've been in years." Date number 5. He rented the whole ice skating rink after closing time just for us 4. Noah had never skated before. Alex held him the entire time while I held Lily. We fell 100 times and laughed until our stomachs hurt. At the end he turned on the colorful lights and slow music, pulled me to the center, and we skated like in the movies while the kids clapped. Date number 6. He took us to the planetarium. The lights went off, stars appeared on the ceiling, and Lily fell asleep on his chest. Noah fell asleep on mine. We just sat there in the dark, 2 adults holding each other's kids under fake stars, and it felt so real. Everywhere we went, people took photos. Gossip pages called me Cinderella, and him Prince Charming. I hated it. I started wearing big sunglasses and hats. I didn't want Lily to grow up with cameras in her face. Then came the moment that scared me the most. One morning I woke up to a text from an unknown number. "Stay away from Alexander King. He is mine." Attached was a photo of me and the kids leaving the apartment, taken from across the street. I started shaking. I showed Alex. He got very quiet, then angry, then calm again. "Sarah, that's Victoria, my ex-girlfriend from years ago. She's harmless but crazy. I already told security to watch your building." I tried to smile, but inside I was freaking out. Rich people drama, stalkers. This was exactly why I never wanted this life. That same week he started showing up everywhere, like everywhere. Monday, outside my office with ice cream for me and the kids. Tuesday, waiting at Lily's school gate with Noah and 2 balloons. Wednesday, at the grocery store by accident pushing a cart full of Lily's favorite cereals. Thursday, at the pediatrician when Lily had a small fever. He canceled 3 meetings to come. Every time he had the same line. "I just wanted to see your smile." My coworkers went crazy. My boss asked if I could put in a good word for cheaper office rent in King Towers. Random moms at school started being extra nice to Lily so their kids could play with Noah. I felt like I was drowning. One night after he dropped us home again, I sat on the couch and cried. Lily was already sleeping. I looked around my tiny living room. Old couch, cracked walls, toys everywhere. And then I thought about his huge penthouse I saw in magazines. Different worlds. Too different. I sent him a message with shaking hands. "Alex, I think we need to slow down. People are taking photos. Someone threatened me. Lily needs a normal life. I'm not made for your world. I'm sorry." I turned off my phone and cried myself to sleep. The next morning, nothing. No text. No flowers. No Alex waiting outside. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Radio silence for 4 whole days. Lily kept asking, "Mommy, where is Uncle Alex? Did we make him sad?" Every time she asked, my heart broke a little more. On the 5th day, I took Lily to the park to cheer her up. She was quiet, holding her little unicorn, not running like usual. Then I saw it. The entire playground was closed with a big sign. "Private party today." Inside were hundreds of balloons, a giant bounce house, a real pony, and a huge banner that said, "Lily and Noah's daddy is sorry." Day Alexander was standing in the middle wearing a unicorn onesie. Yes, a full adult pink unicorn onesie with a horn on the head. Noah was wearing a dragon costume. When Lily saw them, she screamed and ran. Alex opened his arms and she jumped straight into the unicorn hug. I just stood there with my mouth open. He walked to me still wearing the stupid costume, got down on one knee again, and said loud enough for the few staff to hear, "Sarah, I was wrong. I moved too fast. I thought giving you everything would make you happy, but I forgot to ask what you need."
I'm sorry.
From today, no more cameras, no more crazy surprises. Unless you say yes first. Then he pulled out 2 bracelets from his pocket, simple silver ones with 4 little charms. SLN. One for each of us, he said. No rings yet. Just bracelets. Just family. If you still want us. Lily was jumping. Mommy, say yes. Unicorn Daddy is the best. I started laughing and crying at the same time. I let him put the bracelet on my wrist. Then he put one on Lily, one on Noah, and one on himself. That day we played until sunset. Just us 4, no phones, no drivers, no paparazzi. He really paid security to keep everyone away. When he dropped us home that night, he didn't kiss my wrist like usual. He kissed my forehead and whispered, "Take all the time you need. We will wait." But guys, the very next day something happened that almost destroyed everything. I opened my phone and saw headlines everywhere. Alexander King back with supermodel ex-Victoria at charity gala. There were photos. Him in a tux, her in a red dress, arm around his waist, both smiling at the camera. My world fell apart. Hey my beautiful people. Come close because this is the part where I cried the hardest in my whole life. If you have tissues, grab them now. So I woke up that Monday morning and opened my phone like I always do. And there it was everywhere. Alexander King and Victoria Voss rekindle romance at midnight charity gala. King's Cinderella story over billionaire back with supermodel X. Photos of Alex in a black tux, Victoria in a tight red dress, her hand on his chest, his arm around her waist, both laughing at the cameras. My stomach dropped to the floor. I zoomed in on every picture. In one photo she was whispering in his ear. In another, her lips were almost touching his cheek. I felt sick. Lily was still sleeping. I sat on the kitchen floor and cried so quietly so I wouldn't wake her up. All the old voices came back. You're not enough, Sarah. He was just playing. Rich men always go back to their own kind. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't answer any calls. I dropped Lily at school like a robot. Then I came home and did something I promised myself I would never do again. I Googled Victoria Voss. Perfect skin, perfect body, perfect life. Magazine covers, million-dollar contracts, vacations on yachts. And me? Stretch marks, secondhand couch, and a bank account that scares me every month. I felt so stupid. Around noon my phone started blowing up. Mia called 10 times. I didn't pick up. Then a text from an unknown number. Sarah, please let me explain. It is not what it looks like. I'm outside your building right now. Please. I looked out the window. His black SUV was there. He was standing on the sidewalk in the rain without an umbrella. Looking up at my window. I closed the curtain. Another text. I will stay here all day if I have to. I'm not leaving until you hear the truth. I didn't reply. Hours passed. Lily came home from school. She ran to the window. Mommy, Uncle Alex is still there. He's all wet. Why is he standing in the rain? He was soaked. Hair stuck to his forehead. Suit ruined. But he didn't move. Lily started crying. Mommy, he's going to get sick. Please let him come inside. I couldn't say no to her tears. I opened the building door. He looked up when he saw me. His eyes were red like he had been crying too. I didn't say a word. I just stepped aside so he could come in. He walked up the 3 floors slowly, dripping water everywhere. When he reached my door, he didn't come inside. He stayed in the hallway. Sarah, Victoria planned everything, he said, voice shaking. She heard about us from the viral video. She showed up at the gala uninvited. She told the photographers if they wanted exclusive pictures of me, she would give them a reunion story. I told her to leave me alone. I posed for 2 quick photos just to get rid of her. That's all. Nothing happened. I swear on Noah's life. I just stared at him. He pulled out his phone with wet hands and showed me messages from that night. Victoria, 11:42 p.m. One photo together and I'll disappear forever. Please, Alex, for old times. Alexander, 11:45 p.m. Fine. 2 pictures. Then you leave me and Sarah alone forever. Victoria, 11:46 p.m. Deal. Then he showed me another text he sent his assistant at 11:55 p.m. Make sure Victoria Voss is banned from every King event for life. Starting tonight. He looked at me with tears running down his face mixed with rain. I should have told her no from the beginning. I was stupid. I thought 2 seconds would make her go away. But I hurt you. And I will never forgive myself. Lily came to the door holding her little unicorn. She tugged his wet sleeve. Uncle Alex, are you and Mommy fighting? He got down on his knees in the hallway, water pooling around him. Yes, Princess, I made a big mistake and made Mommy sad. Do you think she can ever forgive me? Lily looked at me with those big blue eyes. Mommy, forgive him. He stood in the rain like Prince Eric waiting for Ariel. That means he loves us. I lost it. I started crying so hard I couldn't breathe. Alex opened his arms. I fell into them. Wetsuit cold rain didn't care. He held me so tight. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. He kept saying into my hair. That night he stayed. He took a hot shower, wore my old oversized t-shirt that looked funny on him, made us macaroni and cheese and put both kids to bed. Then he sat on the floor in front of me while I was on the couch. Sarah, he said very slowly, I don't want to lose you. I can't. You and Lily are my whole world now. I was still hurt, but I believed him. I nodded. Okay. But no more surprises. No more photos. Promise me. I promise, he said and kissed my bracelet, the one with our 4 letters. We thought it was over. But the next morning, something even worse happened. I opened Instagram and saw a video someone posted from the gala. In the background you can clearly hear Victoria laughing and saying to a friend, poor little single mom. She actually thinks Alexander will marry her. He always comes back to me. Wait and see. The comments under the video were horrible. She's just a gold digger. He's using her until he gets bored. Victoria is the real queen. Thousands of likes. Thousands of shares. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Reporters called my work. Someone even found my address and left hate letters in my mailbox. I couldn't breathe. Called Alex crying. He came in 10 minutes face white. That same day he held a press conference. I watched it live on TV while hiding in my bedroom. He stood in front of hundreds of cameras and said, my name is Alexander King. 3 months ago I met the strongest, kindest, most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Sarah. Her daughter Lily and my son Noah showed me what real family means. Anyone who hurts them hurts me. Victoria Voss is lying. She is not my girlfriend, never will be again. The only woman I love is Sarah. And if the world can't accept that, then I don't need the world. Then he did something crazy. He took out his phone, went live on his official account, 15 million followers, and called me on speaker. Picked up shaking. Sarah, he said in front of the whole internet. I love you. I love Lily. I love our little family. Please forgive me one more time. I was crying too hard to speak. Lily grabbed the phone from me and shouted, we forgive you, Daddy. Come home. The internet exploded. Hashtag Sarah and Alex started trending worldwide. But guys, even after all that, I still said something that broke his heart. I told him, Alex, I need space. Just a few days.
I'm scared.
He just nodded, kissed my forehead and left. 3 days of silence again. On the 3rd night, Lily had a nightmare and woke up screaming for Daddy Alex. That was the moment I knew. I couldn't do this without him anymore. I picked up my phone with shaking hands and typed the message that changed everything. Today I'm not even wearing makeup because I know I'm going to cry happy tears. Grab something sweet, sit close and let's finish this love story together. It was Lily's 6th birthday. Saturday morning, 6:45 a.m. I was still half asleep when someone knocked on the door so softly I thought I was dreaming. I opened it, and my whole world stopped. Alexander was standing there in a simple white shirt and jeans, hair messy like he hadn't slept. Noah was next to him holding the biggest pink balloon I've ever seen. And in Alexander's arms was the most beautiful cake. 3 layers covered in rainbow sprinkles, with 6 candles already lit. Lily came running out in her pajamas screaming, Daddy Alex! Noah! Cake! Alexander stepped inside, put the cake on our tiny table, and got down on one knee right there in the doorway. Noah stood beside him holding a little velvet box like a soldier. Lily covered her mouth with both hands, already knowing something big was coming. Alexander looked up at me. His eyes were red like he had cried all night too. Sarah, he started, voice shaking. 6 months ago a little girl dragged her mommy into a cafe and changed my life forever. That day I found the missing piece of my heart. Actually, two pieces. One big and one tiny. He opened the velvet box. Inside was the most beautiful ring I've ever seen. Simple, not too big, a round diamond that sparkled like a star, and on the inside it was engraved, S plus A plus L plus N forever. Then he took out two tiny matching rings. One pink for Lily, one blue for Noah. Sarah, he said, tears falling now, I don't want to be Uncle Alex anymore. I want to be Lily's daddy, Noah's daddy, and your husband. I want goodnight kisses every night, school runs every morning, messy kitchens, loud birthdays, and quiet movie nights on the same old couch. I want all of it, with you three forever. Lily was jumping and crying. Noah was crying too. I couldn't see anything because my eyes were full of tears. Alexander opened his arms wide. Sarah, will you marry me? Will you let me love you and these two crazy kids for the rest of my life? I couldn't speak. I just nodded like crazy and fell into his arms. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Lily and Noah attacked us with hugs. The four of us fell on the floor laughing and crying and kissing cheeks. Alexander put the big ring on my finger with shaking hands. Then he put the tiny rings on Lily and Noah. Lily looked at her ring and screamed, Mommy, we're getting married today. We all laughed so hard. That same morning he carried us to the car. Yes, all four of us, cake included. He drove us to the little park where we had our first picnic. The whole park was decorated with sunflowers and balloons. Mia was there crying. My mom flew in and was crying. Even Miss Johnson from kindergarten was there. There was a small white arch covered in flowers and a sign that said, Today we become a real family. A judge was waiting. Yes, he arranged everything in secret. We didn't have fancy clothes. I wore the same blue dress from our first blind date. Lily wore her favorite princess dress. Noah wore his tiny suit. Alexander wore the same white shirt, now covered in cake frosting from Lily's excited hands. We stood under the arch. The judge asked Lily and Noah first. Do you, Princess Lily and Prince Noah, promise to love your mommy and daddy forever? They shouted, We do. So loud birds flew away. Then he asked me and Alexander. I looked into his eyes and said my vows with my whole heart. Alexander, you gave me back my smile. You showed me that real love doesn't care about money or big houses. It only cares about holding hands and wiping tears and eating cereal at midnight. I love you more than all the stars. Alexander cried like a baby. Sarah, you and Lily saved me. You taught me that the richest man in the world can still be poor without love. I will spend every day making you happy. I promise. We said, I do. We kissed, soft, slow, perfect, while Lily and Noah clapped and cheered. Then Alexander picked Lily up. I picked Noah up. And we had the biggest family hug under the sunflowers. That night we didn't go to a fancy hotel. We came back to our tiny apartment. All four of us slept on the living room floor under blankets, eating leftover birthday cake and watching cartoons until 2 a.m. And guys, that was the happiest day of my entire life. 1 year later we moved into a new house. Not too big, with a swimming pool for the kids and a little art room for me. We got a dog named Sparkle. Yes, Lily won that fight. And every single night, Alexander kisses all three of us goodnight and whispers, Thank you for choosing me. So if you're watching this and you're a single mom feeling tired, scared, or alone, please listen to me. Sometimes love walks in when you least expect it. Sometimes it's wearing an expensive suit. Sometimes it's holding a toy dinosaur. And sometimes it's being dragged by a crazy 5-year-old who believes in fairy tales more than anyone. Never stop believing. Because somewhere out there is your Alexander. And he's waiting for your little matchmaker to pull him to the right table. That's the end of our story. But it's only the beginning of our forever. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for crying with us. Thank you for being our family too.